Suitcase packed, hearts on fire, chasing sunsets, climbing high. No goodbye, just the open road. Feet on the gas, watch the past roll. I'm gone for good, don't wait up. Found my peace in a coffee cup. Waves crash loud, the sky turns gold. This is the life I'll never let go. Palm trees whisper, stay a while. Ocean breeze wears crooked smile. Sand in my shoes, time slips away. This paradise says I'm here to stay. No clocks, no chains, no strings, no plans. Just the rhythm of this sun-kissed land. I'm gone for good, don't wait up. Found my peace in a coffee cup. Waves crash loud, the sky turns gold. This is the life I'll never let go. I've traded my name for the sound of the time. Burn my old maps, let the scars be my guide. Every breath tastes like freedom tonight. This is my forever, feels so right. I'm gone for good, don't wait up. Found my peace in a coffee cup. Waves crash loud, the sky turns gold. This is the life I'll never let go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
I could remember when I was young. I didn't have a clue what I was looking for, but I felt something deep in me, and all I could think about was singing to a beat. Yeah, I would sing a little too loud, but I would soon realize what it was all about. I'd turn on the radio when sang way out loud. It was just the music in me. I'd dream of being a star, playing my air guitar. Right then I could clearly see exactly who I wanted to be. Many years have come and gone, and it's funny how that feeling remains so strong. But now I'm singing to a different beat, 'cause 'Cause what was once a dream's now reality. Now before I head out on stairs, I would just crack a smile and go back to that day that I turn on the radio, listening way off note. It was just the music in me. I dream of being a star, playing my air guitar. Right then I could clearly see exactly who I wanted to be. In my heart I always knew that God had plans for me. And now I'm a superstar, playing the real guitar. And now I can clearly see that this is who I want it to be. That this is who I want it to be. Who I want it to be.
His name is Gary Wade. Gary Wade Music is where you can find him on social media. He's making his radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday. That was called Who I Wanted to Be. And before that, Gone for Good. We'll have one more song from Gary Wade to complete his Triple Play in just a second. Welcome to the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. I've got a 3-hour live show for you tonight till 10 o'clock Central Time, playing the best in new country music. And tonight, everybody gets 3 songs in a row played, and I've got a couple of great radio interviews on the program as well. Ron Barrett will join me in hour number 1, Jennifer Alvarado in hour number 2. You're in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. You get to hear the stories behind their songs in the interviews, and of course, all of New Country's best on the radio tonight. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the stations that replay this program. Great radio stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, downtheroadradio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, Radio 94.3 in Sweden, 957hotandfunkyradio.com, KWradio.com, Bourbon Trail Radio, I said that one, Boone Country in Canada, there you go, and TexasBrewRadio.com in Texas. And I'm also on the Music Room in the UK. You can catch the Tim Kelly Show on all the major streaming platforms like iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you stream your music. Just Google search the Tim Kelly Show, and you too can listen to New Country's best. This next song, and I've been here, that's a cool town. It is an awesome town. Las Vegas is the title of it, from Gary Wade, the third song on the Triple Play from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
I left my heart on the dusty road, packed my dreams in a heavy load. But tonight I'm trading tears for lights. Las Vegas shines. I'm feeling alright. Spin the wheel and let it go. Neon signs put on a show. Broken heart, but I'm still alive in Las Vegas. I'm doing fine. strip's a stage, I'm center of the play. Gambling love I throw away. Cards on the table, whiskey's a drink. Dancing my blues right off my feet. Spin the wheel and let it go. Neon signs put on a show. Broken heart, but I'm still alive in Las Vegas. I'm doing fine. Jackpot dreams and city schemes, lost in the rhythm, wild extremes. Heartache fades in the desert air. Vegas nights, I'm a millionaire. Spin the wheel and let it go. Neon signs put on a show. Broken heart, but I'm still alive in Las Vegas. I'm doing fine. Tim Kelly Show. Turn it up, let it roll. In the country on your dial. Fresh tracks, homegrown style. Triple Play Thursday with Tim Kelly. 3 songs in a row from everybody all show long. Let the new stars play on the Tim Kelly Show. Triple Play Thursday. Yeah, 3 in a row on the Tim Kelly Show.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
She's on the wrong side before she gets out of bed. You can smell the smoke from the wheels turning in her head. Hot coffee spilled down her new blouse. Already a hurting you before she leaves the house. Can't find her phone, can't find her keys. Can't find the forest for the trees. Running right to the line to make it on time. But her internal clock is 20 minutes behind. She's a hot mess, an impending disaster. Tornado touching down, and she keeps spinning faster. She's a wildfire, a call for distress. She knows who she is, be the first to confess. She's a real hot mess. All the commitments, all the times and dates, all the good intentions filling up her plate. She's got a stampede running through her mind. If she had it all together, she'd leave it behind. Another fender bender, another close call. Where chaos lives, she's in the middle of it all. She does the best that she can when it all hits the fan. There's no need to hide. She knows right where she stands. She's a hot mess, an impending disaster. A tornado touching down, and she keeps spinning faster. She's a wildfire, a call for distress. She knows who she is, be the first to confess. She's a real hot mess. who she is, be the first to confess she's a real hot mess.
Song number 2.
They rocked and fed and held me close when I entered this clan. She had endless dreams for a little boy, but God had other plans. They sewed my clothes and carried me till I was old enough to stand. I knew that I was safe in every way, in my mother's hands. They planted all those flower beds, wiped my tears away and often bled, turned the pages of the book she read, helped to emphasize the words she said, hard as nails, but at the same time soft as sand. My mother's hands. Time takes its toll on all of us. We know that it's the truth. It twisted, cracked, and wore them down, left them wrinkled, stole their youth. They worked so hard without complaint, in the house and on the land. There's nothing that compares to the strength of my mother's hands. They planted all those flower beds, wiped my tears away and often bled, turned the pages of the book she read, helped to emphasize the words she said, hard as nails, but at the same time soft as sand. My mother's hands. As I look down, I shed a tear and think of her right where I stand. 'Cause more and more with every passing day, I've been given my mother's hands. They planted all those flower beds, wiped my tears away and often bled, turned the pages of the book she read, helped to emphasize the words she said, hard as nails, but at the same time soft as sand. My mother's hands. My mother's hands.
Her name is Ruth Manning. That is called My Mother's Hands. And before that, Hot Mess. I love all of her songs. She's a great country music artist from Canada. And we have just scheduled our second radio interview to take place not too long from now. And you can check out my full live interview schedule of upcoming interviews at the bottom of the homepage at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. As I mentioned in my opening remarks, I've got two great radio interviews tonight. Ron Barrett is up in hour number 1, which is just after one more song here in a second, and then I've got Jennifer Alvarado going to be in hour number 2, so you'll get to hear the stories behind their songs and meet them through the radio airwaves tonight as well. Finding You is the title of the third song for Ruth Manning on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
Looking for just where you were, one who'd make the past into a blur and turn the future right on its head. I know the second I met you, you'd make my heart skip. I bet you couldn't wait for fortunate few. Going uphill and down again, winding path I thought would never end, the crazy road that led me right to find you. The search was truly worth the find. Now that I am yours and you are mine, walk to the end of the world. If it meant that I'd be by your side, want to be your faithful ride or die, and have you always call me your girl. Priceless, true treasure, love too big to measure, found by the fortunate few. Going uphill and down again, winding path I thought would never end, the crazy road that led me right to finding you. Years have been a journey with many twists and turns. I wouldn't trade a minute for all the memories we've earned. Priceless, true treasure, love too big to measure, found by the fortunate few. Going uphill and down again, winding path I thought would never end, that crazy road that led me right to finding you. Finding you.
This hour of the Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Roses and Weeds. Check out Roses and Weeds on the sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and at rosesandweeds.com.
Y'all let the good times roll. It's the Tim Kelly Show on your radio. New country, go from the names you don't know till you hear 'em right here, then you won't let go. It's the Tim Kelly Show. Playing new country's best, yeah, you already know. Indie Heart's real talk where the stories unfold. Turn it up, don't let it go. The Tim Kelly Show, new country's best. Indie artists on the go. And the interviews you love on the Tim Kelly
You're listening
Show.
to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and that means every artist on the program tonight gets 3 songs in a row played. You're going to get to hear the story behind the next 3 songs with my good friend Ron Barrett. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Barrett is my grandson's name, so me and you going to get along fine already.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He helps me make little TikTok promos I do before the show. We got a bunch of people over here watching us on TikTok Live, and I'm also doing the show live on YouTube, and then I do it live on Facebook, all on camera. So you get to see this face for radio. How about that?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you think so, huh? All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I've seen a few of those TikTok videos.
Yeah. They're fun to make, and he sure absolutely loves them. And he likes to wear a cowboy hat, too. And I see you look pretty good in the cowboy hat.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I got a couple different ones. So.
Awesome. You're down there in Houston, Texas. They wear a cowboy hat down there, don't they?
Yes, sir. Most of the time.
Absolutely. You grew up in a little small town, though. Maybe it's a small town. I don't know. Originally from Ona, Alaska. I'd never heard of that one.
Yes, sir. It's on Alaska.
On
and,
Alaska.
yes, sir. It's right off of Lake Livingston.
Okay.
Out there. We it's kind of my stomping ground. It's a pretty nice little town. It's like a little small community that's everybody's friendly, and there's a few bars there, and I think there's a post office and maybe a couple fishing pole stores. That's about it.
Right. Going to the big city of Houston was probably a culture shock then, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm definitely a country boy. I'm a small town boy. So coming to Houston was kind of it's tough because, I mean, the first thing that was hard for me to get used to was the traffic. That was the hardest thing.
Yeah. I went down there years ago from Branson, Missouri, and it's about a 9-hour drive from here. You're way down there.
Oh yeah. Well, I like the water though. I'm right here close to the bay, or to the Gulf, and I really enjoy that.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, that Texas country music scene is really hot. They have their own red dirt country thing going on. They've got their own award shows, their own radio programs and countdowns and all kinds of stuff. So you're probably been in a little part of all of that. I saw you won a Josie Music Award too back in 24, I think it was, or something.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a really big music community down here, and I actually won an SLM award twice. Here in Houston, which is the Support Your Local Musicians down here in Houston, Texas. I won Country Artist of the Year down here, so it's really kind of a cool little music community. I was not expecting that when I came down, but that's been a very big plus.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you know, country music, I talk about being universal. So I got syndicated here a long time ago. I've been doing this 14 years, but I'm now on 13 radio stations around the world. So we're going to put you out to Ireland, Sweden, Belgium, Germany, Denver, Colorado, a station in Nashville, all over the place. A couple of them down there in Texas as well. So we'll give you some hometown love too.
Man, I appreciate that. I love that. That's awesome.
You bet. What got you into country music? You said you grew up being a country boy. Was it somebody that you listened to on the radio, or maybe your grandparents or your dad played, or what?
Well, you know, I think I came out of the womb singing and loving music.
Right.
My mom told me that, you know, she used to watch me sing to my classmates in school. And one time, well, actually, it was in preschool, she said she'd come to pick me up, and I had everybody sitting at my feet, and I was sitting up on the monkey bars singing to them. So I guess music was just in my blood. I have family members that played. A lot of my family are out in Nacogdoches. They play. They are in the bluegrass festival scene out there. And of course, my little sister, she plays and sings beautifully. And I don't know. It's just, I guess I just have it in my blood. It's just been in me all my life.
Yep.
And it's something that helps me, I guess, release. I hate to say release, but you know, it's psychological. Sometimes music is just one of those things that I can listen to a song, or listen to music, and all of my cares, and I pick up my guitar, and all my problems just kind of go out the door, you know?
You know, I've said that about this show. It's a 3-hour escape from what's going on in the world, and you can listen to some great country music, a couple of great radio interviews, get to meet these independent artists that they're getting to listen to, and hear something on the radio they've never heard before. It's like, you know, we watch these talent competitions of NBC's The Voice and America's Got Talent and Idol, and I've interviewed a bunch of those artists on there, and we don't know these folks until we get to hear that little bit of a story that they tell, and, you know, the small towns like they grew up in, and all of that stuff, you know, and their upbringing and all of that. And then they start singing, and then the hair starts standing up on your arms, right?
I love that so much. I really do. I love independent artists. I love the whole independent music scene, all genres too. I mean, I'm not just talking country. I'm talking rock and roll, R&B, and rap, and all that. I like it all.
I do
too.
And
I'm a huge music connoisseur, so whenever I listen to anything, especially if it's original and it's coming from somebody's heart, man, you're right. Your hairs just stand up on your arm, and you start getting that feeling, and you're like, man, I know where this person came from, you know?
Yep, absolutely. Your name is Ron Barrett. They're trying to actually hook me up with the season 4 winner of NBC's The Voice. His name's Barrett Baber, and I had the pleasure in 2016 of watching him perform live at the Nashville Universe Awards at the Wild Horse Saloon in Nashville back then. And I took home 2 awards that night from Stormy Warren from Sirius XM handed them to me. That was pretty awesome. I was like, wow, I'll never forget that night. So.
Wow, that's great. Congratulations on
So
that.
yeah, there you Barrett people can sing. I don't know if my grandson can yet or not, but maybe he'll tune up. Now it says you have a rich and soulful voice. At what point, as a young man, did you realize that you had that voice? And I know for male adults, you know, they start changing them around 17 or 18 too, maybe their voice. So at what point did you start singing and realizing you had that voice?
You know, I don't know. I don't know that I ever even realized it. I still don't know if I realized it or not. I just
Oh, come on now.
I just kind of do my thing. I love being able to sing, and it's always been a blessing, you know, that God has given me, and I just use it. I've used it a lot in church, and I guess that was probably where it probably originated from. You know, singing in church and
Okay.
just singing to God and kind of doing that thing, and I still do, and I put a lot of that in my music when I write too. I still keep a lot of that Christian element there. You know, He's blessed me all my life, and I'd like to give Him praise on it too. So
That is
that's
awesome.
probably where it's coming from.
Now, I've said this a bunch about myself. I can talk behind this microphone that we're doing tonight all day long, but get me to singing, that's a whole nother deal. So growing up and singing in the church, though, probably helped you get in front of folks and not have maybe as much stage fright as a lot of young folks do when they first get to performing, huh?
Well, you know, I'm going to tell you that, and this is just a kind of weird fact about me, is that it's easy for me to get up and sing in front of somebody and get behind a microphone. It's never really been a problem. I'm a shy person in general, though. Like if I walk up and talk to somebody one-on-one, that's when I get shy.
Okay.
I can sing to a crowd all day long.
Wow.
But it's actually going out and meeting people personal, you know, face to face. That's where I struggle the most. I don't know why, but it's like I get really shy and I lose my words and I don't know what to say. So it's a weird fact about me.
Right. Well, you know, and a lot of people come to the shows to hear this original music, and I just talked to another gentleman that's basically what they love to do is their originals. They like some cover songs, and you know, we all listen to country radio, and there's you know, those big classics that you know, stood the test of time that everybody likes to cover in the shows, but it's the originals like we're doing tonight that we really get to hear the story behind, and you get to resonate with those people when you're telling these stories on stage and getting ready to play that song, huh?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's one of my most favorite things about being an original artist and being able to put my original music out there is that people, when you see people relate to what you're writing and they're singing along to your songs, there's no other feeling in the world like it, because you actually realize that you're not the only person in the world who feels that way. You're not alone.
Yep. And you can tell a story about your life and put your heart and your soul out there in music. And I love hearing that from the artists because they're being real with you and they'll tell you their struggles of life, whether it be alcohol or drugs or everything. I've interviewed Wade Jennings, Waylon's grandson, and, you know, he went through that same outlaw phase of life that his grandpa did and all of that stuff, you know. So they put that out there, but you can also tell fictional stories and make up something that's really cool and tells a neat story. Country music's pretty neat about that, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, it's. I've written a few of those songs that's like that where it's not. I mean, I've got an element of originality of like things that I've been through into the song, but also I can elaborate on that and just imagine what it would have been like if it had been a little worse, and I can put that into the song, and or maybe if it was a little bit better in some cases, you know,
You're right.
And make life. Yeah, and people can resonate with that too, and I think that's really something that's really awesome about any kind of music, really, is that you can actually do that, and that's kind of like writing a script for a movie or you know, or sitcom or series or something. You can really kind of elaborate on those, you know, emotions. Exactly.
You know, and I've often said that too. Wouldn't it be cool if one of your songs ended up in a mini series, a sitcom, a movie? Kenny Rogers did it with that Gambler series. Dolly Parton, his friend, did it with 9 to 5, and there's been others. You know, they're like you know, Lainey Wilson's acted a little bit in Yellowstone, and she's also a country music singer. That'd be cool if you end up in a movie somewhere down the road or something like that, huh?
Oh, I would absolutely love that. That'd be so much fun. I watched that just here recently, that movie that Toby Keith did with Rodney Carrington called Beer for My Horses. And I laughed so hard when I saw that movie. They're so funny. But I thought to myself the same thing. I thought, man, that'd be really cool to be in a movie or something with my song.
Yes, it would. Cool. Absolutely. Well, it says in your bio that you have a killer band. I want to give the guys a shout out in the band. Tell us who they are.
Okay, so we have Stephen Tate. He's on the bass guitar. Man, he's amazing. He's really kind of the backbone of the band. He keeps us all together. He helps coordinate the lead guitar players that we have coming in and out. I have Mr. Carlos. He's on the drums. Amazing drummer, really great. And then my lead guitar player, switches from time to time. But Ryan Korn is he does a lot of lead for me and Trey. And then we have my sister Tammy. She does keys and backup vocals for me.
Wow.
A lot. So yep, and they're awesome. I don't know, I couldn't do it without them.
I talk about that all the time, how when you guys spend that much time together in band practice or out there on the road doing your shows and things like that, you become family, but you actually got your sister in there, so you guys are family. but that's how it becomes, isn't it? It's a family kind of relationship together that much, huh?
It really, really, really is. I mean, the guys that I play with, they're just so awesome, and we can really, you can feel the family, family dynamic that we have, especially when we get on stage. My drummer told me just this last weekend we were on stage and we were jamming, and he said, he said every single time we get together, he's like, it's not work, it's a party. He's like, every single time we have a party, we have fun. And he said that's one of the things I love about playing with you. He said, before he came and started playing with me, bands before, it was always a job. It was work. You showed up, got paid. It was a job. With us and our little dynamic that we have, it just feels like fun. Like we're just getting together for a family reunion and throwing a party.
Man. And so that makes even having a fuller schedule more fun, because you're really looking forward to the next show, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
Every
awesome.
single show is special.
Let's talk about something that I love talking about, and then we're going to play one of your first 3 songs, Wild Like Whiskey. Let's talk about songwriting. Are you the main songwriter of the group? Do you co-write with some of the members of your band, maybe including your sister, or what?
So I do all the writing. Now, as far as the music is concerned, the guys, they help me with the music, and Tammy, she helps on the music as well. But yeah, pretty much every song I've written, I've done it alone. Here recently, I've started to do a little bit of writing with other people, but the majority of all the songs that I've got, I've written the entire songs.
Okay. Now, do you pitch a melody to them? Do they come up with a melody? Are you more lyric based and say, hey, I want you guys to fix me up with a melody to this, or do you have one in your mind, kind of, or what?
No, I normally have all the melodies and the song and everything in my head. I go to them with the melody and be like, hey, this is what we're doing, and what do you think about this? And then they'll come to me and be like, hey, let's change it a little bit. Let's play these chords instead of that chord, or and then they'll lay their lead guitars and their bass lines. But it's kind of a group effort after that.
Okay, awesome. And isn't that amazing how I'm looking at 4 minutes and 11 seconds and that all comes together? And you're right, there's a lot of changes before it all happens, isn't there? And a lot goes on behind the scenes.
Oh yes. I mean, a lot of times, like for instance, Sunshine Through the Rain, that's on my album. When I first wrote that song, I sat down with it. It was completely different. It was more of a bluesy feel and had more of a bluesy rhythmic a dynamic to it, and then it changed into the songwriter style acoustic picking that it is now. So yeah, when it first comes out, I actually record the song first, like on my cell phone or whatever, and I'll go back and I'll listen to it 100 times, and then I end up changing it little by little by little. And then after I record the song and put it on the album and I listen to it later, I go back and listen to that, and I'm like, wow, that don't sound nothing like it does now,
I do the same thing. I don't know what it is, but I've got this audio editor program that I use to do this program and a lot of station liners and things like that. And you go back and listen to those things 100 times to make sure they're right before you put it out there to the folks, don't you?
Absolutely. There's so much work and thought process and just really love and passion that goes into songwriting and producing a song. A lot of people don't realize how much work and time goes into it. Like, there's some songs that I wrote 4 or 5 years ago, and it took 4 or 5 years for it to become what it is today.
I've had people tell me that too. They've held on to songs from even back as late as the 90s. I've had one person tell me 30-some years ago they wrote that song, and they finally put it out there, and they're like, wow, I wished I'd have put that out a long time ago. Look what it's doing to radio. It's blowing it up. So that does happen. And they tell me too, some of the best songs are written in maybe less than an hour, huh?
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, Bad Luck, you got that one on the list tonight.
Yeah.
Bad Luck. I wrote that in about 10 minutes.
Isn't that
And I
something?
wrote it about 15 years ago.
Is that right? Well, we'll talk
Yes,
about
sir.
it in a minute. I get a lot of interesting song titles in my emails, so we'll talk about what I'm missing and Bad Luck when we come back with Ron Barrett. Wild Like Whiskey is the first one. It is playing right now on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Every time I look at you, well, I just can't resist. So I pull you closer, I love to make you smile. Your come get me eyes, they really drive me wild. The way that you feel makes my lips want to steal that kiss. And I just can't resist, 'cause you're sweet like tea, wild like whiskey. With your hands on my chest, you're an artist with your body. Closer and closer, you're all over me, as the passion's running wild and free. Your eyes roll, you take control. I'm so love drunk that I drank you up, sweet like tea, wild like whiskey. When we're out on the town, I can't keep my eyes off you. You catch me looking and give me the shy little grin. You ask me what I'm doing, so I slowly take your hand. Then I spin you around, you say you can't wait to lay me down. Oh, I know it's on now, 'cause you're sweet like tea, wild like whiskey. With your hands on my chest, you're an artist with your body. Closer and closer, you're all over me, as the passion's running wild and free. Your eyes roll, you take control. I'm so love drunk that I drink you up, sweet like tea, wild like whiskey. You're an artist with your body. Closer and closer, you're all over me, as the passion's running wild and free. Your eyes roll, you take control. I'm so love drunk that I drink you up, sweet like tea, wild like whiskey. Yeah, you're sweet like tea, wild like whiskey. Yeah, you're wild like whiskey.
His name is Ron Barrett. That is called Wild Like Whiskey, and that is a fantastic song. I'll tell you what, there's not enough whiskey songs in the world of country music, but I like that one. No. Great job.
So much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you bet.
You know, funny thing about that song is it's called Wild Like Whiskey, but we were actually drinking wine when I started writing that song.
Okay, there you go. I like that too. And sweet tea. I'm a favorite of sweet tea. You know that they probably like that down there in Texas quite a bit too.
Oh yeah.
You
For sure.
You guys have some really hot summers, especially down there on the south, way south where you're at in Houston. People go there in the wintertime from here to vacation down there.
It's more, you know what? It does get really hot, but I think it's more humid down here, which makes it feel hotter than it actually is.
Yep.
Because you'll sweat a gallon of water out by the time you jump out of your car to get to the house.
Right. Now, we were talking about all of your shows and venues and things that you got going on. There's a ton of places to play in Texas. Is there one maybe or two in particular that you're like, if they ever call me, I'm there? I had so much fun. The food's great. The venue's fantastic, whatever. Maybe one of your favorites?
Absolutely. I have a couple different favorites. One of my big favorites is Okies. It's right here in Clear Lake Shores. That is one of my big favorites to go and play. I just love that place to death. And then there's Cactus Jack's. It's over outside of Baytown, over on Interstate 10 over there. I like playing there a lot. They've got a really good menu. Yes, sir. Good menu, good stage, good people. It's just a fun place to be.
I love that. We recently, just a few weeks ago, we got to go see Sunny Sweeney, who I have played on the program a bunch, but I never have interviewed her. And so we did selfies together and everything, and I got her email and all that. I didn't know she'd played at the Grand Ole Opry 81 times. She just did that here just a while back for the 81st time. That kind of blew me away. But yeah, just a little Southtown Bar and Grill. They're known for great country music and bringing in artists like you and a lot of others and great food and all of that. And we just had a great time. So
that sounds like a good place.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll get you the information if you ever want to come up this direction. And I don't know if you've ever been to Branson or not, but they got a pretty hotbed of country music up here too.
Oh, I would love to. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to meet you in person. That'd be fun.
I've been to Branson twice in my life, and I think the first time that I went up there was probably about, 15, 16 years ago or something like that. And that's a beautiful little town.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's still a little town, only a little over 10,000 people population-wise, but 8 to 9 million come through here every year for tourism. So.
Right. Y'all got Dolly World and stuff over there, so.
Yep. That's actually Silver Dollar City here, and then yes, they do own Dollywood and Pigeon Forge as well. And speaking of that, that's where the Josies was kind of starting out there, a few years at Dollywood, but now they've grown to the Grand Ole Opry stage, and you got to stand in that circle and win an award there. That was an awesome experience, no doubt.
Oh, that was a dream come true. I'm not gonna lie. Standing in that circle where all my heroes have stood and performed it was honestly, it was surreal. I couldn't even believe that it was happening. And I love the fact that, that Tina Marie and Josie, that they do that for the independent artists. I think it's such an awesome thing that they do. And I definitely want to give them a shout out too, because that's a huge, huge, huge thing for us.
It sure is. A buddy of mine got to host that several years ago, so that's a pretty cool deal. What I'm Missing is the title of the next song, and then Bad Luck. We'll talk about these two, and then we'll play them for the folks. Tell us about these.
So What I'm Missing is it's kind of a self-reflection song. I was sitting in a bar one night, and I was just sitting there thinking to myself, man, I don't know what it is I'm missing in my life, but I got to figure out what it is, because I was just really feeling lonely and down, and I think I'd went through a bad breakup at the point. That song was written probably about 12 years ago, something like that. And I just was looking for something at that point, and I didn't know what I was looking for until I found it. And once I did, then I realized, hey, that was what I was missing. So,
there you go. And Bad Luck, I've had some of that myself. Tell us about it.
Oh my gosh, that whole song is a true story, man. I got up, I was fighting with my ex at the time, and me and her getting big knockdown dragouts, and I didn't get any sleep, and so I ended up going to work all tired, and I was late, and I got there, and the boss man told me I was fired, get out of there, because that was the last time he was going to deal with that. And so I ended up getting in my truck to go driving down the road, and the truck broke down, and I had to get out and walk to the nearest place to use the phone. It just so happened to be a little bar. And so I sat down, I started drinking. It was early in the morning. And by the time the evening time come along, I called my buddies up. They met me down there. The tow truck took my truck to the mechanic shop where he dropped it off, and I just ended up standing out with a friend. It was just the whole night. I was just like, this is a bad luck day, and I'm just gonna sit here and drink all my problems away.
You don't just sing country music, you live it, don't you, brother?
I do, and even in the song it says that, why is my life a country song?
There
man?
you go. Oh, man, this has been awesome. Thanks for doing the program tonight. Where can folks find Ron Barrett if they want to check out more of your music and go see you in a live show?
Thank you so much for having me on,
You
Tim.
bet.
And they can find me at ronbarrettmusic.com. I also have a band schedule at Bands in Town. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you can also find all of my music any place that you stream music: Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, any place like that. I'm streaming my album out there. It's called Whiskey Memories.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, have a great spring. And this summer, if you come up with something that you want to promote, be sure to hit me up. I'm already booking interview dates for August, so love to have you back on the program. This has been a blast.
I would love to be back. Thank you so much, Tim.
Thank you so much. Ron Barrett, this is called What I'm Missing, and Bad Luck is coming up on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Every night, it's the same old thing, trying to figure out what I'm missing, yeah. Well, I dress up, go out to the same old crowd, fake laugh, raised glass. But all I find is loneliness when I go home, 'cause the one night stands, they can't fill the holes. So won't you tell me, what's the remedy for this condition called lonely? 'Cause I've tried women, yeah, and I've tried music, and I've tried everything I know to do. But I've tried the whiskey away my blues, but what I'm missing is you. Well, I used to think there would always be something better down the road, but now I realize that maybe, baby, I should have never let you go. And I can feel the burn from the hot steel blade of your memory running through me. And I tried women, yeah, and I tried music, and I've tried everything I know to do. But I've tried the whiskey away my blues, but what I'm missing is you. I've tried women, yeah, and I've tried music, I've tried everything I know to do. I tried to whiskey away my blues, but what I'm missing is you. What I'm missing is you.
Another hour of the best in New Country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
We were up all night having another fight about the bills and her mom and who's wrong and who's right. My dad always said, don't go to bed, Matt. So these days I don't get no sleep. Now it's 7 o'clock and I'm late to the job. Boss told me get my stuff and leave. No severance pay, all that I can say. It's gonna be one of those days. And I'm 4 beers and I got a bottle of Crown. Tonight I wanna burn this place to the ground. My life's a damn mess, Lord knows I try my best, but I always seem to come up short. Wishing, thinking, swinging, missing, riding, falling, rushing off and getting back upon a horse. I fight like hell and I never give up, but tonight I'm gonna try and drink away this bad luck. These old boots are walking many miles, and I put some more on them today. When this old truck died on the side of 45, and I still owe money to the bank. What else could go wrong? My life's a country song. Why can't I just get a damn break? Now I'm down in the beer, wondering how I got here. Yeah, it's been one hell of a day. And now I'm a case and a second bottle of Crown. Tonight I wanna burn this place to the ground. My life's a damn mess, Lord knows I try my best, but I always seem to come up short. Wishing, thinking, swinging, missing, riding, falling, rushing off and getting back upon a horse. I fight like hell and I never give up, but tonight I'm gonna try and drink away this bad luck. Well, I spent all I had at the bank, so I can stay right here and drink. Now I need another round, bartender shut me down, trying to keep from burning this whole place to the ground. My life's a damn mess, Lord knows I try my best, but I always seem to come up short. Wishing, thinking, swinging, missing, riding, falling, rushing off and getting back upon a horse. I fight like hell and I never give up, but tonight I'm gonna try and drink away this bad luck. This bad luck.
His name is Ron Barrett. Ron Barrett Music is where you can find him on social media, and you can find him tonight on the Tim Kelly Show. After this live show is over, that interview will end up in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. The tab is at the top of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Go give Ron Barrett Music a like and a follow. Tell him you love that interview and great country music from Houston, Texas. Welcome to the second hour of the Tim Kelly Show, live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. Every artist on this program tonight gets played 3 songs in a row. That is how we do it on Triple Play Thursday, and I'm getting ready to kick off hour number 2 with a great artist that has a lot of a Trace Atkins kind of sound to me, and I've always loved his voice, and he's been a special guest on my show as well. My good friend Christian Davis. The first song is called Wonder Woman on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
You're always on the run, you're always on the go. How you do it all, girl, I don't know. Everybody wants a little piece of your time. If you want at my worst. Somehow you see it through and make it work. You're sharp as a thorn and pretty as a rose. Every time I hold you, heaven knows. All I do is wonder how you keep my world spinning round. God knows I'd be lost without you. All I do is wonder why I even get to call you mine. Every day when the day is through, all I do is wonder, woman, how you love me like you do. All I do is wonder how you keep my world spinning round. God knows I'd be lost without you. All I do is wonder why I even get to call you mine. Every day when the day is through, all I do is wonder, woman, how you love me like you do. All I do is wonder, woman, how you love me like you do. Like you do.
Song number 2.
I didn't come here to be famous or to see my name in lights. I didn't come here for the money. Awards don't even cross my mind. But as long as I can remember, I've had a guitar in my hand. It's like God looked at me from heaven and said, I think I'll make a music man. And it was deep down in my bones, woven in my heart and soul. Just a kid there on my bed, trying to get out but hurt his head. And now I live out on the stage. There's people here to hear me play. So I'm just giving you a song
Christian Davis. That is called Music Man. Before that, Wonder Woman. And everybody's loving his voice and getting great feedback on his songs. And I've got one more for you here in just a second. We want to send that out to Donna, listening to us live in Nashville, Tennessee. And she is hanging out with us tonight on TikTok at Tim Kelly on Air. And as usual, Donna is tapping that screen, giving lots of hearts and likes and love. And a bunch of people are doing that on TikTok tonight as well. Come in and say hello to everybody. I'm live on TikTok at Tim Kelly on Air. I'm also live on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio, and I'm hanging out on Facebook. Everything on Facebook, though, I got to refresh every time somebody makes a new comment so I can see it. But I'm trying to keep up with everybody, so that's why I'm always looking at all these screens, ladies and gentlemen. But it is fun to have everybody on here. You guys make this show a lot more fun to do when it is live like this. Let's do one more for Christian Davis. The third song in his triple play is called Ain't Bad for a Good Old Boy on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I ain't the product of a trust fund. Far as money goes, I ain't got much. But I trade my time in the hot sun for love to get me by. My pickup's old and rusty. She rattles and stays dusty. But when that girl's there beside me, it shines, shines, shines. We got a roof to keep the rain off, a mailbox to write her name on, a 10-acre lot with a little bird dog on the front porch, garden that screen door, baking in the pancakes on the griddle, hand in hand right down the middle. Life with a girl in love, that's the real McCoy. Ain't bad for a good old boy. Gracing holy blue jeans with a face made for the movies. Yes, she beats all I ever dreamed every time she wakes me up. She got a way of making something out of a whole lot of nothing. The honey in her loving is like money in my cup. We got a roof to keep the rain off, a mailbox to write her name on, 10-acre lot with a little bird dog on the front porch, garden that screen door, baking in the pancakes on the griddle, hand in hand right down the middle. Life with a girl in love, that's the real McCoy. I ain't bad for a good old boy. Got a roof, keep the rain off, a mailbox to write her name on, a 10-acre lot with a little bird dog on the front porch, on the front porch, baking in the pancakes on the griddle, hand in hand right down the middle. Life with a girl in love, that's the real McCoy. Ain't bad for a good old boy. It ain't bad for a good old boy.
This hour of The Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Randy C. Moore Music. Find Randy C. Moore Music on the sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and on RandyCMoore.com.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here.
Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing New Country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
All my friends have money, savings and healthy retirement plans. worked it all out while I built my life on shifting sands. See, I've been a cowboy, and I've been a sailor, and I've been a screen-acting fool. I guess I should have stayed in school. See, I didn't think it was cool. Now it's hard to get up in the mornings after staying out most of the night. My vices and habits are just like a sailor's delight. And I'd have taken better care of myself if I was gonna be around this long. Living my life to a Jimmy Buffett song. Well, it's taken some time, but I got a good woman who truly believes the ground that I walk is holier dirt than St. Peter's grave. She says I'm the one who came along and rescued her soul from the sea. Well, that's almost funny to me. She's the one who rescues me when it's hard to get up in the morning after staying out most of the night. My vices and habits are just like a sailor's delight. And I'd have taken better care of myself if I was gonna be around this long. Living my life to a Jimmy Buffett song. Stars left up in the sky. And if it all ended tomorrow, I've had one hell of a ride. It was hard to get up in the morning after staying out most of the night. My vices and habits are still like a sailor's delight. Better care of myself if I was gonna be around this long. Living my life to a Jimmy Buffett song. I'm still living my life to a Jimmy Buffett song. Well, I'm sitting here wondering, where's my long, tall baby now? Yeah, I'm sitting here wondering, where's my long, tall baby now? 'Cause somebody came and stole her, left me on the bottom side of down. Take her out on Saturday, and a swinging we would go. Yeah, I'd take her out on Saturday, and a swinging we would go. Now I would do most anything just to swing that gal once more. She always felt like a dream right here in my hands. Any cat who's played around with her would understand why I'm bluer than a hound dog, barking up a tree, crying, please, 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 Big Bertha, come on home to me. Well, I hope I never find him, the dude that took my gal away. Yeah, I hope I never find him, the dude that took my cat away. Cause if I do, I'm telling you, he'll have the devil to pay. Oh, yes, he will. She always felt like a dream right here in my hands. Any cat who played around with her would understand why I'm bluer than a hound dog, barking up a tree, crying, please, 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 Big Bertha, come on home to me. Oh, come on home to Daddy, Mama. But she always set me free. Yeah, I know she's just a golf club, but she always set me free. So if you see my Big Bertha, head down or hit a few for me.
Goodness, what a fun song. I'm over here playing air guitar to that one. I tell you what, Randy C. Moore is who that is. Moore is M-O-O-R-E. Randy C. Moore, that is called Big Bertha. And before that, a Jimmy Buffett song. Now, Randy C. Moore is from Lufkin, Texas. He makes great traditional sounding country music. That one's kind of got a rock and roll vibe to it that I love. But we're going to do another great radio interview. I've had Randy on the program before, and we've got another one scheduled for later on this summer. Can you believe tomorrow is May 1st already? Man, where has 2026 gone? Time is a-flying, and it's flying on this show, too. But I look forward to having Randy C. Moore on later on this summer. You can check out, once again, my full live interview schedule of upcoming interviews, and I've got some good ones coming up at the bottom of the homepage at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. Speaking of time flying, after one more song from Randy C. Moore, my second radio interview of the evening about to take place with my good friend Jennifer Alvarado. That is coming up next after Forget Me Not, the brand new single from Randy C. Moore on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Forget me not, oh Lord, I pray. If I make it home, will you let me stay? Though I've forsaken you and lost my way, like a thief on the cross, forget me not. I was a child with a home in the sunlight, barefoot and walking in fields of gold, until one night, one callous evening, I started down that long dark road. Forget me not, oh Lord, I pray. If I make it home, will you let me stay? Though I've forsaken you and lost my way, like a thief on the cross, forget me not. Chilly autumn winds blow leaves from the garden, so goes my soul where it never stays. My body's weary, and when I lay it down, in dreams I hear my mother say, forget me not, oh Lord, I pray. If I make it home, will you let me stay? Though I've forsaken you and lost my way,
country hearts on your radio. 3 songs each, all show long on the Tim Kelly Show.
3 songs each.
All show long.
That's Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly
You're
Show.
listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and tonight that means every artist on the show gets 3 songs in a row played. You get to hear the story behind the next 3 songs, though, with my good friend Jennifer Alvarado. How are you tonight?
I am great. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for being here, and it's a pleasure to play your music again and your new stuff. We've done several radio interviews in the past, but now you're working with my good friend Nicole Zeller from Brickshore Media in Nashville, and she hooked us up again, so it's great to reconnect.
Definitely. Always good to talk to you.
Absolutely. You know, Nicole's great, isn't she? I met her back in 2018 when we were hanging out at the Nashville Universal Awards at the Wild Horse Saloon, and now in a few months she's going to be a married lady.
Aww. Yeah.
So, yep. It's something to watch everybody's career in the last 14 years I've been doing this blossom, and boy, you sure have been putting out some good music of late, too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, you started in music pretty young at, I think, age 4. I saw that you started, you had a guitar put in your hand, and that's kind of where it started.
It did. So, yeah, my grandfather actually, he showed me my first guitar chords, and yeah, I just loved it. I would watch him play. He played guitar and mandolin and banjo, and I just kind of was obsessed with it because I thought, I want to play like that one day.
Right.
And, but I started writing when I was about 4, just making up little songs and recording songs. Little Fisher Price recorder, and
Fisher Price, nice.
I mean, I figured out how to make it record my voice, and that was the end. I was like, okay, here we go. But yeah, so I've just always been around music, and it's always been sort of like the way I process things, the way I feel things. And it was just a natural outlet.
That's awesome. You're originally from Hickory, North Carolina, but you have since made the move to Nashville. And I'll tell you what, I've got some people up there. Jeannie Eaton's one of my director of new artist promotions up there in North Carolina. She loves the country music too, and she wanted to be a part of this thing. And so she's helping me find artists and talent like you to not only play on the radio, but to set up interviews with too. So I've got several of those helping me find artists.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and from North Carolina, too, so that's good stuff. Now, there's a pretty good music scene in North Carolina. Of course, we know what it's like in Nashville, but what made you finally decide to make that move to Nashville, and how long have you been there now?
So I'm still back and forth. I'm part-time.
Okay.
So and part of that is the writing management group that I'm with up there. You know, I need to be there some.
Okay, gotcha.
And so I come back and forth and back and forth. Basically, I live on I-40.
Okay.
I just drive around I-40. That's my go-to. But yeah, I'm back and forth, and you know, I think the difference is the major difference. I feel like in North Carolina, we are getting a little bit better with the community aspect of the music scene, where people help other people and write with other people. But, you know, Nashville has decades upon decades of people just getting together and writing. You know, it's Music City for a reason, or known as Music for a reason. And there's just just that community feel of people aren't afraid to ask each other things. They're not afraid to, like, sit down and write with somebody they've never met before. And I think that that's just more limited from where I'm from.
Yeah.
There's more of this is my territory, don't come over here.
Absolutely.
And I hate that. I hate that aspect, because I'm very much like, you know, the more people you can include with music, like, the better this world would be, because I feel like there would be so many people that could sort of deal and talk about their struggles in a way, instead of turning to other things.
Absolutely.
So,
one thing, too, in Nashville is the waiter that brings you your food to your table is probably a better performer than some of these mainstream artists we hear on the radio, too. Isn't that right about Nashville?
I would say that's probably a factual statement, yes.
Yeah, that's just crazy how that happens. And I know I'm friends with some of those folks. You know, one of them, Mae Estes from Hope, Arkansas, she was doing she was doing 3 jobs, and one of them was waiting tables in Nashville. Then, as luck would have it, she's such a great songwriter. She got a publishing deal, and then a few years ago, she got invited to perform for her first time at the Grand Ole Opry, and now she's doing it quite a bit. So it's pretty cool to watch.
Oh yeah, I love her. I love her music, and I love her attitude about things.
Yep, I do too. She's really something, and she reminds me of my daughter a lot. She's just kind of wild and crazy, and she just puts it out there to the world. And the world is receiving it really well. Well, that's the way that you are too, because I've loved your music for some time, and everything you send. Our tagline at the station is called "New Country's Best." I can say that behind every one of your songs that you've ever sent.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep, you deserve all the good things. And in fact, you've had a lot of success, and the Josie Awards are receiving you really well. And you've been nominated, and I think maybe even won a few, right?
I haven't. I'm still
you
waiting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I hope so one day.
You bet.
Yeah. I respect so many of these different award shows and what they do for just independent artists, because it is so difficult to try to get yourself out there. And I think the thing that you don't understand, until you're in this industry, there's so many different elements that you have to think about: the marketing, the booking, the X, Y, and Z of everything. And I mean, you have to be an administrative kind of mind too in a lot of ways, and you don't think about it. You just think it's getting up on a stage and singing some songs and calling it a day. And it's like, no, there's so many other elements. And so I have a lot of respect for a lot of these organizations that try to kind of champion behind the artist and give them a platform, but also give them just support and say, keep going.
Right. And we've had that for a long time, and especially late last year and all of this year, I started doing my show on TikTok. My daughter talked me into that because she likes to do TikTok lives, and she goes, "Hey, you ought to do your show on there." Well, the algorithms are so huge that I'm having 300-400 people each show come in here, and a lot of them are artists, and they're looking for a place to send music and that would play it. And so I've ended up doing that and getting a lot of interviews from these folks that just, to me, just come out of nowhere, and there's so much talent out there that I've built one of those platforms too to help you get heard, and we're going to put you on 13 radio stations around the world tonight with your music too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. But I'm just amazed by who comes into my TikTok, and then when they send music, how great it is, and there is so much untapped talent out there, isn't there?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that's the important thing to remember. Like, everybody has a story to tell.
Yeah.
And I think so many times, especially in this industry, like, we kind of discourage one another or try to put like rankings on people. And the fact is, you can learn something from every single person you meet.
That is the truth. In fact, that's what I want to hear right now. Is I call these interviews the stories behind the songs. And you were silenced for a number of years because in middle school you dealt with some bullying and some severe loss and everything, but then you came back strong in your mid-teens. So tell us about that too.
Yeah, so my grandmother, I was born on her birthday. She was the one that I shared country music with. We talked, about every song and would sit there and sing together. And she was my rock. And she passed away when I was 10. And it was very hard on me. And I think, too, she was my shelter from kind of just the world and how the world is, if that makes sense. Somebody may have called me a name or something before then, but I never really took it to heart because she always, came back and said, that's not true. And I think when I lost her, I started, I didn't really know who to listen to because I listened to her so much. And that's honestly when I kind of went into a shell and thinking I had to be perfect and thinking I had to, do everything perfectly to get anywhere. And, we all know perfect does not exist.
Right.
So I was chasing something that was absolutely useless because, it's not there. And I think it took sort of just putting things into a perspective and realizing that, God gives you certain talents and gifts and you should be using it for his glory and to help other people. And that's what I learned from music in general, lyrics and songs that I would listen to, it felt like a friend talking to me. And so that's what I've always kind of wanted to do with my songs, is be that big sister or whoever, to be like, yeah, love can hurt sometimes, life can hurt sometimes, but you got to keep going.
Yep. And that's exactly what music helps you with. It helps you keep going. And I've talked to a lot of artists who even took classes for music therapy because it is therapeutic. And I saw that you actually earned a scholarship in music, but you ultimately pursued a degree in political science and family ministries. And so you worked as a paralegal, and you were preparing for a future in law and ministry. But with your music, like you're doing tonight, you get to minister to these folks and tell them how it can actually help people. And boy, that's the reason to do it, and I love that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do it and out there, because it helps me just as much as it helps anybody else.
Yep. And when you got out there and finally got going again, it says the response was immediate and overwhelming, and it led you to be named Artist of the Year in 2021. So you're getting recognized, and I'm sure glad Nicole found you, and you're working with her now, and you're gonna get even more out there because Nicole is a go-getter. I can tell you that for sure.
She is. She definitely. That's what I like about her.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, come CMA Fest, she's had this deal with the Hard Rock Cafe there in Nashville for a while. So I don't know if you've got to do it yet, but maybe this summer when CMA Fest takes off, then you'll get to do that at the Hard Rock Nashville too. That'd be cool.
I think I'm on the bill, yes.
There you go. Absolutely. That's awesome. Well, you've always been high on my radar. Anytime that you wanted to be on the program, man, I always look forward to talking to you, and we're having fun already. So I want to hear about this first song, though. I get a lot of one-word song titles, and I never know what they're about until I ask the artist. This first one is called Paris. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, so the long and short of this, I love Paris, France. I always have, I just think it's romantic and all those girly things. And I realized that Paris, Tennessee had a replica of the Eiffel Tower. And so I made my husband drive us like 2 hours out of the way from Nashville to Paris, Tennessee, to this park. And there was like a 60-foot Eiffel Tower replica. And in my brain, I guess I calculated, 60 feet, that's pretty high. It's definitely not 1,000 feet like the actual Eiffel Tower. So I got there and I was looking at this Eiffel Tower, and it still was very cool to see. It's very cute, but I thought, well, this is kind of underwhelming. And it started making me think about relationships and love, and how when you first get into a relationship and everything is just great and you are so in love and falling in love, and it just feels like, heaven on earth. And you want to just go with this person and go anywhere that they ask you to go. And then you start to realize, like, oh, it's not all great. Right. And and so then things happen, and so just like that Eiffel Tower was underwhelming, relationships can also be underwhelming.
That's interesting. You taught me something. I did not know there was a Paris, Tennessee.
There is.
Yeah. I knew there was a Paris, Texas, because I've got some sponsors. They're called Roses and Weeds that are from Paris, Texas. I've interviewed young Anthony Price from Paris, Texas a couple of times. And I've actually been to Paris, Texas, because I lived in Oklahoma, and it was just about an hour and a half away from where I was. So I worked there selling insurance before. But I recently had a buddy of mine, about 2 years ago now it's been, that he asked his wife to marry him in front of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. And now she's having a baby, and the family's coming around full circle. It's sure fun to watch that, too, because I've helped him many times down there in Oklahoma, and we work together and everything, so that's awesome to see. But, I bet next to the real Eiffel Tower, anything else is underwhelming, huh?
I mean, yeah.
Yep. Did you happen
There's another way around it, yeah.
Yeah. Did you happen to catch the Olympics last summer when Celine Dion was singing in the Eiffel Tower? That was pretty cool.
I did, and that was I love Celine Dion.
Well, sure great to see her getting back into music with her voice and everything, health-wise, that she had been dealing with too, huh?
Yeah. She had struggled for a number of years, and I still think there might be some of that comes and goes, but
yeah.
she seems to be doing so much better, and that's
Yep,
great.
that's sure good to see. What a voice! You know, she's one of those divas. I've interviewed an artist here a while back, and she had Celine Dion was one of her people that she really looked up to, and
She was one of mine.
Yep, she's definitely something in the world of music. We're going to play Paris from Jennifer Alvarado. We're going to come back and talk to her some more and play her other two songs, My Daddy Doesn't Like You and Colorado. We'll hear the stories behind those when we return on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best, on this Triple Play Thursday.
You can see the Eiffel Tower in a park downtown. Pick up a postcard about it, and with a stamp sent around, the whole wide world knows the bitter truth. There's no saving grace when it comes to me and you. Paris, Tennessee is where you left me, wondering why love didn't seem to love me. All that's left of you is that color blue. Your eyes were like the sky so bright above me. Now I'm standing here thinking there's nothing left to see but this broken heart, yeah, this broken heart. You were special, unlike anyone else. Her love, it seemed to me like freedom, turned to a ticket straight to hell. Everyone saw that neon sign, but me. I guess it's true that love can be blind. Didn't seem to love me. All that's left of you is that color blue. Your eyes were like the sky so bright above me. Now I'm standing here thinking there's nothing left to see but this broken heart, yeah, this broken heart. In Paris, Tennessee, wandering these streets, looking for one souvenir to help me remember me. Paris, Tennessee is where you left me, wondering why love didn't seem to love me. All that's left of you is that color blue. Your eyes were like the sky so bright above me. Now I'm standing here thinking what's left of me but this broken heart, yeah, this broken heart. In Paris, Tennessee.
Her name is Jennifer Alvarado. That is called Paris. You heard the story behind it, and I'll tell you what, either way, Paris is great. Paris, France, or Paris, Tennessee, and that song is great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And isn't that interesting about songwriting? You know, something that just hits you, resonates so much that you put it down pen to paper, and then later on put the melody to it and wrap that thing up in 3 minutes and 43 seconds. That was cool.
That's what I love about songwriting. Like, it's like a puzzle. Like, I think I've always loved math equations, too. And for me, it's like a math equation.
Yeah.
And so that's what I just love about it. Sorry, my cat has decided to join us.
Hey, that's all right.
That is rude. She wants to have a little conversation with us.
Title of your next song would be 9 Lives.
Maybe.
That's awesome. We just got to rescue Kitty ourselves, and the two dogs are finally getting used to her.
Yeah, Rue was returned 3 different times. I guess because she talks too much, but she has been with us for several years now, and some days you just get a little tired. But,
that's awesome.
But we'll never return her.
Yep, absolutely. And, that is a great thing about songwriting, is these ideas like we were talking about, come into your head. Now, I want to ask you, are you more lyric-based? Do you have to hear the hook and the melody? Or maybe it's a combination for you on both?
Honestly, it's probably about 50-50. A lot of times I'll hear a phrase or something and I write it down, I would say the rest of the time it's probably like I get like a melody in my head, and I end up coming up with the lyrics after the fact.
Yeah.
So, 50-50, definitely.
Okay. Now, what do you listen to? Are you multi-genre too? Is it mainly country music? And I'm sure, like me, it was that 90s country that got me into country radio, but I like the 80s music and all of that too, so.
I am all over the board. I will listen to anything if it speaks to me. So I don't care. I'm all genres, all years. I used to listen to Glenn Miller Band.
Okay.
I think too, because I was a vocal major at one point, and you had to learn all the classical stuff. So I still love classical music, and especially like driving, like it keeps calm. But yeah, I'm all over the board. I just have a respect for music and just the art of creation.
That is awesome. Well, how about this? Early last year, 2911 Media out of Nashville hit me up to interview Eric Stabnow, who is the musical director for the Glenn Miller Band. And he was sitting in the back of the tour bus, and they were on their way to a show the night that we did the interview. And so I got to interview them, and I was like, man, I would have never in a million years guessed that, And then to look into the story and really dig in, getting ready for that interview of how young Glenn Miller was when he passed away. And he reminded me of some of these ones like Hank Williams Sr. and different ones that have, lived such a short time of 29 years for Hank Williams Sr. and made such a big impact in music.
Yeah, that's fascinating, honestly. I didn't realize he was that young when he passed away. So.
Yeah, he was real young. I think he was only 40 or 42, I think Glenn Miller was when he passed away. So it's pretty young. And then, we had Buddy Holly and Richie Valens both got killed in that plane crash, and people, I just recently interviewed somebody, a couple of artists actually, that have told me Buddy Holly had a big influence on them and his style of music too.
Yeah.
Good stuff. My Daddy Doesn't Like You. You just put this one out there. I love the title of this. Tell us about it.
This is a very true to life song. So I started dating my husband when I was a senior in college. And the first few dates were great. And then he gave me a whole bouquet of flowers a month in. And my father was like, what are your intentions? And after that, the road was paved. And then it got a lot of potholes. It's just kind of like oil and water. It's that relationship. And I think it's the fact that I'm an only child and nobody's ever going to be good enough. But,
right. How many shotgun weddings are you going to end up having? You know what I mean?
Well, I would not call ours a shotgun. It took 7 years for us to get married. They have made peace. They are okay. He's not his favorite person, but that's it.
That's awesome.
It is what it is sometimes.
We were talking about those potholes. You said you live on I-40, and I've been up and down there going through Nashville and all of that, too. You guys get a bunch of potholes around Nashville.
Oh, goodness. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I haven't been there since 2018. That's the last time I was there, and when I met Nicole Zeller in person at Brickshore Media, and I guarantee it's changed a lot in the last 7-8 years now, huh?
I feel like it changes every time I get back there.
Right.
Because, I go at the end of every month.
Okay.
It's usually when I'm there. And there's always something new that has been built, or they're building something new. But I also think back to even 10 years ago, it was just a completely different scene, and it's grown so much. Yeah. And, yep. Some of the legendary things have unfortunately not made it. And, that's kind of sad to see.
Yeah,
but
it is.
Also, it's also progress, but I also think that there's kind of a movement too that's happening of trying to, keep and get back some of that has been lost. So, I think that it will still be there. It's just different.
Yep. Well, let's go a little further west. You got another great song with a one-word title. It's called Colorado. I play some artists from Colorado. Lee Sims, he's one of my favorites from Aurora, Colorado. And my uncle used to live in Woodland Park, right underneath Pikes Peak. And I was going to the top of Pikes Peak in my dad's 68 Chevy when I was a kid. I love Colorado. But tell us about it.
So this song is actually kind of like a point of view from the girl. If you took Dan and Shay's Tequila, and I remember listening to that song. I love that song, but I was always sort of like, if it was so good and you miss her so much, like what happened? And so this is the girl's point of view of exactly what happened and why it all fell apart.
Awesome. I'll tell you what, you're a fantastic songwriter and a fantastic vocalist, Jennifer, and it's great to have you back on the program. And I want to give a big shout out to Nicole Zeller from Brickshore Media for hooking us up again with a great radio interview. Tell us where folks can find you on social media too, and check out more of your music and what's coming up next.
Yeah, so up next is I'm going to finish up this EP. It'll be out in May. It's called Map of Broken Hearts. It'll be out May 22nd, so check on that. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a tour. I'm going down to Georgia, and I'll be in Florida and Alabama, and then back to Nashville for a little bit. And then in September, I'm actually doing Midwest, and I'm playing shows in Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa. I want to try to find an Indiana show. So anybody, hey, hook me up here.
There you go.
But I would like to find an Indiana show. I'm trying to do my 50 states, all 50 states play in a bucket list thing. So, and then as far as social media, you can find me on my website at jenniferalvarado.com. The tour page is on there, and links to all my other stuff, my socials. But socials on all the platforms is at Jennifer Alvarado Music.
There you go. And I'll tell you, I love that you have a bucket list that want to travel to all 50 states and do shows there. And I'll help you out any way I can to get you here in Missouri. Love to see you in Branson, the live show capital of the world. And you'll love this little town. We'll have a great time showing you around here.
Well, thank you, sir. I will come at any point.
You bet. Now, it's got the small town feel because this town still population-wise is just a little over 10,000, but you have 8 to 9 million people come here every year for the tourism and all the stuff there is to do here and the live shows. We have more theater seats in this little town of 10,000 than they have in Broadway in New York City.
Wow.
So,
okay.
You'll definitely have fun. Well, it's been fun having you on tonight. Thanks for doing this again.
Of course. Thank you.
You're welcome. We look forward to more from Jennifer Alvarado. Tonight, we are going to play My Daddy Doesn't Like You and Colorado to finish up her triple play on The Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
You're a rebel and I just can't get enough. I like go, but my parents think it's tough. You're quiet, they don't trust the two of us. And my daddy doesn't like you. He thinks that you're bad news. He's never seen me act like I do with you. His little girls head over heels, your boy with tattoos. My daddy doesn't like you, but I do. All these years I thought that sure bad news. He's never seen me act like I do with you. His little girl's head organ has her boy with tattoos. My daddy doesn't like you, but I do. Bad news, he's never seen me act like I do with you. His little girl's head over heels for a boy with tattoos. My daddy doesn't like you, but I do. Can't get enough.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Will we have the smoke or the altitude? The July sky was the only other one I knew. We were chasing stars and freedom, wrapped in his arms, our hearts were beating. Forever seemed so close when it was new. Damn you, Colorado, Rocky Mountains on a back road. He swore that he loved me, so I gave him everything. And 10 miles south of Boulder, he told me we were over, that he'd met somebody, and I'm just a memory. So damn you, Colorado. Funny how I still recall everything, from the chill of the night air to him kissing me. In my sorority t-shirt and moonlit sky, we planned out the rest of our lives. Now it's all so bittersweet. Damn you, Colorado, Rocky Mountains on the back road, where he swore he loved me, so I gave him everything. And 10 miles south of Golden, he said we were over, that he'd met somebody, and I'm just a memory. So damn you, Colorado. Damn you, Colorado. Damn you, Colorado. Rocky Mountains on that back road. It's where he swore he loved me, so I gave him everything. Then 10 miles south of Boulder, he said we were over, that he met somebody, and it's just a memory. So damn you, Colorado. Damn you, Colorado. Whoa, whoa. Damn you, Colorado.
Jennifer Alvarado. That is a great tune called Colorado. Hey, that rhymed, didn't it? And she is part-time North Carolina / Nashville. I think that's a new phrase we ought to start using. Call it Slashville for those people that travel back and forth from Nashville all the time, making the great country music that she does. And I want to thank again Nicole Zeller from Brickshore Media in Nashville for hooking me up with Jennifer Alvarado again. She is fantastic. I love always talking to her, and I love playing her music. Go get her new song, Paris, by the way, and what a great story behind it as well. After this live radio show, that interview is going to end up in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. You can check out that tab at the top of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. I am live on that website right now. I'm also live on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio, and I am hanging out live on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air. Come in and say hello. Tell us where you're listening from. I'd love to talk to you. And thank you guys already for tapping the screen so many times tonight, and all the gifts they're hanging out over there on TikTok giving away as well. I sure do appreciate it. Lots of requests for this next artist, so we're giving him a triple play tonight. He is a great gospel singer, and the first song we're going to play from Jory Jewett is called I'm on My Way on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I thought I knew more than you. Thought I could do this on my own, but time did prove that I was wrong, that you were right. Now I'm cold and all alone here tonight. I built my castle in the sand, built my kingdom to the sky with my two hands, just to watch it fall, watch it fade away. For my pride, I guess this is the price you pay. Then I realized that all I was looking for was right back where I started at your door. So I'm on my way down the road less traveled on. I'm on my way, making my way back home. And I came to my senses, tore down these walls. There's no place like home, they always say. So I'm on my way. What will I say? What will I do when I'm finally standing right in front of you? With all my shame, the one to blame. How could I lift my head and look you in the face? Then I remember all the times you said to me that there's no distance that your love cannot reach. So I'm on my way
number 2.
Wanderer, are you tired of your journey? Are you tired of your burden? Come lay down. Hello, prodigal girl, so far and so alone. It's time to come back home and lay it down. There is no fear in the presence of his love. It's always been enough, come lay it down. There is no shame to stand against his grace. He knows all your ways, so lay it down. Lay it down at the cross. Lay it down and count it lost. For the sake of Jesus, his arms are spread wide. Lay it down and count it down. Lay it down so you can run to the eyes of Jesus. There you can abide. Yes, there you can abide. There is no toil to bring you back again, to make up for what you did, so lay it down. His yoke is easy and his burden light. Life made whole with Jesus by your side, and lay it down. Lay it down at the cross. Lay it down and count it lost. For the sake of Jesus, his arms are spread wide. Lay it down and count it down. Lay it down so you can run to the arms of Jesus. There you can abide. Cast your burdens to the Lord, all your shame and all your hurt. For his love is greater than you know. Cast your worries and your fears to he who wipes away the tears. For his love is greater than you know. Cast your burdens to the Lord, all your shame and all your hurt. For his love is greater than you know. Cast your worries and your fears to he who wipes away the tears. For his love is greater than you know. Lay it down at the cross. Lay it down and count it lost. For the sake of Jesus, his arms are spread wide. And lay it down and count it down. Lay it down so you can run to the arms of Jesus. They can abide. Lay it down at the cross. Lay it down and count it lost. For the sake of Jesus, his arms are spread wide. Lay it down and count it down. Lay it down so you can run to the arms of Jesus. There you can abide. Cast your burdens to the Lord, all your shame and all your hurt. For his love is greater than you know. Cast your worries and your fears to he who wipes away the tears. For his love is greater than you know.
Once again, he's a great gospel artist. His name is Jory Jewett. It is Jory. Jory Jewett. That is called Lay It Down. You can check out the video to that great song on my TV channel. That is ICTV. That stands for Indie Country Television. That tab at the top of the homepage at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. And before that, another great song from Jory Jewett called I'm On My Way. Well, I'll tell you what, he's on his way to TikTok because he posts a lot of great live content early in the morning. Well, you might call it late at night, early in the morning. I see him all the time over there. And he has been in my chat room a bunch over here on TikTok on mine at Tim Kelly On Air. And we got a bunch of his fans hanging out with us tonight as well. So it's good to see everybody, and I hope you're enjoying what you're hearing. He is fantastic. And this brand new song he just sent me not too long ago is one that I have not played yet. So we're going to debut it tonight. For the third one on his triple play, it is called Land of No Shadows from Jory Jewett on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I've heard of a place beyond time and space where tomorrow is a word none tell, where death has no sting and fear has no seed. In the land of no shadows I'll be, because of my Lord I'll see those shores and stroll down the streets of gold, where the kingdom has come and his will is done. In the land of no shadows I'll run, with rivers of peace and joy the breeze, and love is the song that we'll sing, where sun does not shine but everything's seen. In the land of no shadows I'll be, and all who come will find a rest from the toil and the test, with no burden to cast anymore, with all tears wiped away, all sorrow and pain. In the land of no shadows I'll stay, with rivers of peace and joy the breeze, and love is the song that we'll sing, where sun does not shine but everything's seen. In the land of no shadows I'll be. Where freedom does reign, and gone is the chain, and oh how my soul will sing, and I'll walk with the sun, 'cause I'm washed in his blood. In the land of no shadows I've come, rivers of peace and joy the breeze, and love is the song that we'll sing, where sun does not shine but everything's seen. In the land of no shadows I'll be, in the land of no shadows I'll be, in the land of no shadow I'll be.
This hour of the Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Katie Lee Russell Music. Find Katie Lee Russell Music on the sponsors tab at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com, and on all major music streaming platforms.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music.
I like the DJs. There's even more to like.
I like everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
Number 2.
Rolling down the highway, windows down, sun in my eyes, got my baby by my side, and I'm feeling so alive. You said you'd always be there, but you faded like the night. My truck's still waiting for me, shining in the porch light. Leather seats and freedom, that's the love I understand. You left me in the rear view, but my Chevy's still my man. I love my Chevy truck more than I could ever love you. It never lets me down, always pulls me through. With the radio up and the sky so blue, I love my Chevy truck more than I could ever love you. But my Chevy just keeps rolling. In my Chevy I trust. You took off with the sunset, but I'm not feeling blue, 'cause my truck's got my back and it's truer than you. I love my Chevy truck more than I could ever love you. It never lets me down, always pulls me through. With the radio up and the sky so blue, I love my Chevy truck more than I could ever love you. Maybe someday I'll find a love that's built to last. But until then, I'm sticking with my foot on the gas. I love my Chevy truck more than I could ever love you. It never lets me down, always pulls me through. With the radio up and the sky so blue, I love my Chevy truck more than I could ever love you. With the radio up and the sky so blue, I love my Chevy truck more than I could ever love you. Yeah, my Chevy's got my heart and that's the honest truth. I love my Chevy truck more than I could ever love you.
Her name is Katie Lee Russell. That is called I Love My Chevy Truck. I do too. I've got one. Absolutely. And Miss Your Kiss before that. Katie Lee Russell's got it going on with her music. She was just been in the recording studio, so I look forward to more new music from Katie Lee Russell. And when it comes to me, it comes to radio. That's right. We put you out 13 radio stations around the world. We're doing that for all these independent artists tonight. And I know they appreciate it, and I appreciate doing it for them as well. Right back at you. That's for sure. And Katie Lee Russell is also a sponsor of the Tim Kelly Show. You can check her out on the sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. And the sponsors are almost on every tab. They scroll across the homepage 24/7. When you see her logo or any of them that you want to check out, just stop that logo and click on it. It'll take you right to what they've got going on. It could be their YouTube channel, Spotify, Facebook music page, and their websites as well. They do have it going on. Well, Katie Lee Russell has a gospel song as well. It's called Jesus Walk With Me. We're going to play that for the third song on her Triple Play Thursday on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Walking down this winding road, my heart a little warm, but I feel a gentle hand guiding me back home. Sometimes the world gets heavy, shadows all around. People can be cruel, try to pull me down, but I keep my eyes with me through the fire, through the rain. With you by my side, I could face anything. Life is beautiful, even when it's hard to see. As long as you walk with me, I'm where I'm meant to be. So I keep on walking, faith in every stride, with you, Jesus, shining by my side.
Kick off your boots, turn up the dial. It's Tim Kelly, stay a while. It's Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show. 3 songs in a row from the folks you ought to know. Indie country hearts louder than the rodeo. Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show.
Windows down, let the night air roll. Full tank, nowhere to go. Coolers packed, speakers loud. Bonfire glow on the edge of town. Ain't no worries, no last calls. Got a neon moon and a truck bed bar staying out too long. Barefoot girls dancing in the headlights. Yeah, we're just getting that started tonight. We're turning dirt roads into gold. Taking it fast, don't take it slow. Sip by sip and song by song. Yeah, a little too late and a little too gone. Yeah, a little too late and a little too gone. That summer heat's still hanging on. Cold beer sweating, but we all ain't done. Tailgate thrown, 6-string playing. She leans in when the chorus fades in. Ain't no worries, no last calls. Got a neon moon and a truck bed bar staying out too long. Barefoot girls dancing in the headlights. Yeah, we're just getting that started tonight. We're turning dirt roads into gold. Taking it fast, don't take it slow. Yeah, sip by sip and song by song. Yeah, a little too late and a little too gone. We're turning dirt roads into gold. Taking it fast, don't take it slow. Sip by sip and song by song. Yeah, a little too late and a little too
drop low, that breeze is blowing in. She's leaning out the side, just laughing at the wind. Salt on her skin from the waves we chased all day. No rush, no rules, just letting those hours slip away. Playlist hitting every vibe with levels in the red. Living in the moment with nothing left unsaid. No one's overthinking this place tonight. Just bumping to the rhythm and it feels just right. We're spinning circles, chasing that high, getting carried along, and turning that time that I have here with her into something that's forever, never letting that forever get gone. A little bit reckless, walking that high wire, making this linger, keeping her on fire. Yeah, we'll feel it burning strong. We'll make the summer live on and on. Come on, yeah, take it, yeah.
Every time I look in her eyes, my world begins to spin. Feeling like I'm drunk and high, even though it's 10 a.m. That sun's getting hot, but the heat I feel ain't it. Got that burning in my soul, and that girl just won't quit. I've never been a settle down, one girl type of guy, but damn, she got me thinking that maybe I just might. For now, just lay in its wake and let it flow. You're vibing to the waves as we take it slow.
We're spinning circles, chasing that high, getting carried along, and turning that time that I have here with her into something that's forever, never letting that forever get gone. A little bit reckless, walking that high wire, making this linger, keeping her on fire. Yeah, we'll feel it burning strong. We'll make the summer live on and on, like the stars dancing high in the big black sky. On and on, rolling sunrise through the endless night. On and on and on and on. Gonna keep it repeating, cause it's more than just a feeling. We're spinning circles, chasing that high, getting carried along, and turning that time that I have here with her into something that's forever, never letting that forever get gone. A little bit reckless, walking that high wire, making this linger, keeping her on fire. Yeah, we'll feel it burning strong. We'll make the summer live on and on.
His name is Caleb Kenner. That is Kenner on his last name. Caleb Kenner Official is where you can find him on particularly Facebook on social media. That is called Summer Live On, and man, I love that. I'm already getting summertime songs, and boy, tomorrow is May 1st, so it won't be much longer, and it will be summer. So send those summertime songs to me at indiecountryradio@yahoo.com, and I will start playing them even around June or something like that. June 21st, 22nd is the official first day of summer, but I'll play them before that. Little Too Gone before that, and the third one in the triple play for Caleb Kenner is called Life Back Then. Remember this? On the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Grandpa loved driving slow down the property line, laying back in his recliner, his family on his mind. Eating steak and always telling me that the fat was the best part. Seeing him with Grandma was truly a thing of art. That was life back then. Back then I was bush light sipping, backwood swerving like I'm living. Friday night drives by the baseball field, smoking cigs behind the windshield. Back then those men showed up, working in an old muddy truck, raising me to be a good man. Yeah, that was life back then. I had an uncle that lived just right outside of town.
Man, this guy can make anyone laugh, quoting Chris Farley up and down. The days of playing ping pong late at night, those memories I'll never forget. Coaching baseball in the summer and enjoying every single bit. That was life back then. Back then I was bushlight sipping, back road swerving like I'm living. Friday night drives by the baseball field, smoking cigs, blood on the windshield. Back then those men showed up, working in an old muddy truck, raising me to be a good man. Yeah, that was life back then. Yeah, life back then. I'm guessing those fellas are looking down on us, telling God about our family that he was happy to discuss. They were reminiscing about those good old days, catching that sunset and watching their cattle graze. That was life back then. Back then I was bushlight sipping, back road swerving like I'm living. Friday night drives by the baseball field, smoking cigs, blood on the windshield. And back then those men showed up, working in an old muddy truck, raising me to be a good man. Yeah, that was life back then. Yeah, life back then. That was life back
Taylor,
then.
and you're listening to the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday on KICR, Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's best.
I ain't talking about the way you dress. It's the attitude when things get messed. It's a tied up twist when things go boom. Like you're the only lasso in the room. You're running solo, getting down low. Why ain't gonna be so cowboy? Some redneck yo-yo. Gonna be a no-go. Why you gotta be so cowboy? Talk is cheap when your words are free. And cheap ain't got nothing to do with me. You rot and rope everything you do, making like you're breaking my heart in two. You're running solo, getting down low. Why you gotta be so cowboy? Some redneck yo-yo, gonna be a no-go. Why you gotta be so cowboy? Why you gotta be so cowboy? Why you gotta be so Hey, cowboy, let me ask you something. Are you one of them all hat and no cattle wannabes? Well, that just ain't gonna impress me. I don't need no Marlboro man. I like dirty boots and calloused hands. I know you wanna take me for a ride. Maybe I'd like a drive, running solo, getting down low. Why you gotta be so cowboy? Some redneck yo-yo, gonna be a no-go. Why you gotta can tell that you think you're gonna take my man. You think your grass is greener, but let me help you understand. I can see right through your thieving ways. I put that ring on his left hand. You're a master of deception and a champion of lies. You won't catch him looking round. He stays lost in my eyes. If you wanna push this thing, I can cut you down to size. Let me tell you, he ain't looking at you, honey. I'm the one to blame. You think you got what it takes, but I'm his everything. I'm here playing for keeps. You're just playing games, honey. I'm more than just a spark. I'm the whole damn I know I seem self-assured, but we got history. It's kinda sad you chase after what will never be. 'Cause if he took your bait, there's no damn way you'd be the man for me. He ain't looking at you, and honey, I'm the one to blame. You think you've got what it takes, but I'm his everything. I'm here playing for keeps. You're just playing games, honey. I'm more than just a spark. I'm the whole damn flame. Now I've seen your desperate kind before, and he won't even notice you walking out those swinging doors. I'm here playing for keeps. You're just playing games, honey. I'm more than just a spark. I'm the whole damn flame. I'm more than just a spark. I'm the whole damn
Her name is Billy Joe. It is Billi and Joe J-O. It used to be Billy Joe Jones. Now she's going by Billy Joe. She is from Emory, Texas, and a super talented young lady right there. That song is called Flame, and before that, Why You Gotta Be So Cowboy from my good friend Billy Joe. She has been a special guest on the Tim Kelly Show several times, and of late she was on a TV series on CBS. It was called The Road, and it aired on Sundays. Maybe you got to see Billy Joe on there. What they were doing was they were going on tour with the great Keith Urban. Blake Shelton starred in it, and Gretchen Wilson played the tour manager, and Billy Joe was fantastic on that show. In fact, she sang this song, this next one I'm going to play, live for the folks on CBS and The Road. It is called Looking for Reasons to Call, the third song in the triple play for Billy Joe on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Hello, I'm sorry, I know it's late, but it's raining real hard over here. I hope you don't mind, at night I get lonely and your voice is all I want to hear. It don't have to be complicated, and there's no way that I can unfold. I pull up your picture and I put my phone down, just looking for reasons to call. Don't you want me back? Or am I gone crazy? Yes, I can live without you. You could without me as well. When we make love, nothing else matters. Like where we are, Good morning, I know it's early, but I heard that it's fixing to snow. I did the dishes and the mail didn't come. I just thought you might like to know. It don't have to be complicated, and there's no way that I can unfold. I wore out the scent and the t-shirt you left, just looking for reasons to call. Don't you want me back? Or have I gone crazy? Yes, I can live without you. You could without me as well. When we make love, nothing else matters. Like where we are, who's around, what we've been fighting about, who's right or wrong, all in all. I'm just looking for reasons to call. I wouldn't say that I'd come running, but I can't say that I won't. I'm hating this distance between us, baby, don't say you don't. Don't you want me back? Or have I gone crazy? Yes, I can live without you, but why would I live in hell? When we make love, nothing else matters. Like where we are, who's around, what we've been fighting about, who's right and wrong, all in all. I'm just looking for reasons to call. Life's been so different without you. Yeah, that's all. Oh, that's all. I'm just looking for reasons to call. Just looking for reasons to call. I just need one reason to call.
You're listening to Tim Kelly on Indie Country Radio.
Every time I slow roll my truck down Main, I can't help but realize just how much has changed. There's a ghost on every corner waving back at me, standing in the shadows of what used to be. Seems like everything I love about this place gets boarded up. I don't want to see that day they tear down my hometown. Pieces of my glory days scattered out on the ground. It seems like every day it gets a little more run down. I'm tired of talking about getting out, so I'm packing up and leaving here now. I don't want to see that day they tear down my hometown. There's a movie marquee hanging above a t-shirt shop, and broken stained glass in the church parking lot. Shut the lights off at the ballpark for the last time. Seeing my boy play there someday was a dream of mine. But I'm pulling up my roots, something I thought I'd never do. I don't want to see that day they tear down my hometown. Pieces of my glory days scattered out on the ground. It seems like every day it gets a little more run down. I'm tired of talking about getting out, so I'm packing up and leaving here now. I don't want to see that day they tear down my hometown. Yeah, it hurts too much. I'd rather just remember it the way it was. No, I don't want to see that day they tear down my hometown. Pieces of my glory days scattered out on the ground. It seems like every day it gets a little more run down. I'm tired of talking about getting out, so I'm packing up and leaving here now. No, I don't want to see that day they tear down my hometown. They tear down my hometown.
Song number 2.
There's a girl to my left headed home with a hunch, gonna try to catch them both in the act. There's a kid on my right, gonna see her daddy tonight with a pawn shop diamond on the dash. There's a blinker that's been on for the last 3 miles, bet they got that radio turned up. So many different faces, headed different places, in a long line of cars and trucks. We're coming, we're going, we're just passing through. We're living in the windshield and in the rear view. We're spinning our wheels, trying not to get stuck in a long line of cars and trucks. Cars and trucks. Burning Man, Bonnaroo, Deadheads headed to the next show in a dust-covered van. There's a mom behind me with one in the booster seat. Man, I swear they grow up so fast. We're all on the go and we all think we know where we're headed and where we'll wind up. Yeah, we're running out of time watching life go by in a long line of cars and trucks. We're coming, we're going, we're just passing through. We're living in the windshield and in the rear view. We're spinning our wheels,
J.D. Shelburne, the gentleman that always ends my show. That is called Cars and Trucks, and before that, another great tune called Hometown. Thank you for joining me from my hometown of Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And I want to thank my special guest, Ron Barrett and Jennifer Alvarado, for being on the program tonight. Tomorrow night, New Music Friday hits the airwaves at 7 o'clock Central Time. I'll be playing the best in new country music, and I've got a couple of great radio interviews tomorrow night. Luke Brown with Luke Brown and the Jubilee, an interview that I pulled from the Tim Kelly Show interview archives, will join me in hour number 1, and then Michael Ray Fain will join me in hour number 2. You'll love those stories behind the songs and the music as well. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio with J.D. Shelburne. Good night, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's freezing cold, I can sink your toes in warm white sand. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. So turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I'm young, I'm old, I'm country, I'm rock and roll. So turn